Today we are here with, go ahead and say your name.
JAMAAL Cole, second, junior.
Okay. Where you from, JAMAAL Cole?
I'm from Seattle.
Junior.
I'm from Seattle originally. I bounced around. I've been a bunch of places. I've been moved to Renton for a little bit, Puyallup, in Kent. I made a lot of good friends out there, but I'm from Seattle.
Okay. So you've been able to meet a lot of different people.
Yeah.
Living kind of around the Seattle area and in Seattle. What schools did you go to?
Starting from a young jit.
Elementary school.
Yeah. I went to Rainier View. From Rainier View, I went to John Muir. That's where I was in Seattle. After John Muir, where we go, man? I went to Cascade. I've been to a couple elementary schools. Then when I went to Puyallup, I went to Fairgrove. And then I came back to Kent, which was East Hill Elementary. And then after that, I was Rainier Beach High School the whole way through until senior year. And I went to KM. So that was in Kent.
Okay. All right, so tell me, what is your business?
We're a recording art studio, or music recording studio, I should say. So we audio engineer, produce, the whole 9 yards, one-stop shop.
Nice. So you do recording and you do mixing and mastering and all that?
Exactly. So when you come here, just depending on who the client is, if they want to come here and just get some studio time, record, stuff like that, we'll take care of that. If you want to have mixing services and mastering service, we do offer that. And then if it's just production, we do offer that as well. So.
Okay. When you first got into the idea of putting together a studio, what was the original purpose?
Well, me as an individual, I would say it's kind of started with me. Previously spoke about just growing up in church and everything like that. So a lot of that passion from there, I always just wanted to do music. My dad, he always told me I could never do beats. I always had to learn music, and like church stuff and everything like that. So it kind of really stemmed from there. I just always had a musical gift, a musical talent, and I knew I always wanted to take it to a place where I can offer that to the world. I can showcase that and ultimately just give a place where more people can come and create ideas and just do something special with it and just take it to the next level. So that's when I had the big idea, man, studio, like, why not? And for the longest, this is something I always really want to do. I just, in the time being a little bit younger, didn't really know how to really do that. So I just kind of sat down with myself, put the logistics together, and it came through. So it's just like, why not?
Okay. That's what they do.
That's it.
What would you say would set you apart or would be your significance of people coming to Breaking Record Studio?
I definitely would say, people's asked me this before, and it's kind of like, I definitely would start by saying, kind of sometimes it boils down to personal preference. Some people say, I like this place better. I like this. This is where I kind of choose to reside and kind of do my work at. But ultimately, I think, it just kind of boils down to coming to a place and an environment where you can have people like-minded and that understand the business that you're doing, understand the type of vibe that you're going for, that are widespread in genres, not just from hip-hop and R&B, but you can do gospel, you can do pop, you can do different types of genres, EDM, whatever it may be. So having that widespread of knowledge and having that musicality to where you can dip and dabble in different, pretty much like I said, genres. So you can have that vocabulary of being able to just do a little bit of everything. When you kind of have people that are just kind of in one lane or only kind of know one thing, that can be good for that type of specific thing. But if you don't have a wider vocabulary, it's kind of hard to kind of expand on different things or do something different. You know what I'm saying? So I'll ultimately say that would be the significance of, being here. You get that vibe. You get that option to expand. You have the potential.
You're not a one
yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
not one dimension.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I see a lot of where I hear a lot of young experimental artists saying how, they they like what you got going on over here.
Right.
Which actually, kind of drew me to, wanting to know more, and also made me want to, make you one of the first people that I interviewed about the studio.
Yeah, even
because also, tell them how old you are.
I'm just 21 years old, going on 22, but I'm 21 now, so yeah.
Young man.
Exactly.
You're starting at an early age than a lot of people that have an ideal and don't pull the trigger.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So I think that's admirable, and I wanted to make sure that I got you on here as soon as I could, so people can see. Look, being a young man, even if something doesn't work out, you want to pull the trigger and get that experience under your belt.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Or, flourish early.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like it's gonna be a long time until you see that flower. It take hella long to plant that seed.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? I just wanted to show him a young man that planted that seed early. You know what I'm saying? And pulled the trigger on his life and his career.
And just to even piggyback on that, it's funny that you said that, because that was the whole purpose almost in kind of like doing this as well. Not the only purpose, but I also want to show my peers, my family, just everyone around me that may potentially be inspired by me that it's possible. You know what I'm saying? You just have to be business orientated. You got to be goal orientated. You got to be able to sit down and tell yourself what's feasible, and just write down the logistics and go down the line and say, can I do this? Check. Can I do this? Check. What can I do about this? How can we get this fixed? Or, get a solution to it. And then once that whole checklist is done, man, it's off to the races, man. A lot of people don't want to do that, so, yeah.
Yeah, man, I commend you on that.
I appreciate that.
And that's no knock to, the young, people that's recording music and being highly proactive towards their careers, but doing it in their own setting.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because home setups is cool.
Yeah.
I think that's the new wave.
Yeah.
But, I'm talking aside from that, from a perspective of somebody that's not only trying to do it for itself, or just their intermediate circle of friends.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's when you got a home setting, you're not really trying to bring everybody to the crib.
At
you know
all.
what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying, you stepping out and getting you a space to where you can invite whoever wants to book. That's a beautiful thing. Okay, so how long has your business been established?
We've been established as a professional location from May 24th. That's when we got the keys to the place and was able to kind of get in and get stuff moved in. In terms of actually having and offering services, years and years, man, I've been devoting a lot of my life to this, mainly production. But in terms of having a professional environment, May 24th is when we started this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
so baby new.
It's new, but okay. Let me just to give more background, let me change kind of the question a little bit. How long have you been working on music?
Man, since I can remember, I would say Well, you can go a couple different ways. In terms of just as a musician, I would say I've been doing this from at least the age of 10. In terms of production, I've been doing production since I want to say I had Fruity Loops, and I definitely had it before high school. Probably I would say like my 8th grade going into high school, I was already dabbling with FL Studio, kind of doing production and stuff like that. So really since then I've been doing production up until now. And then audio engineering, I've been doing this for about a couple of years now.
So that didn't start in May.
Yeah, that didn't start. Yeah, no. Of course not. Yeah.
The doors open in May.
Yeah.
Years of working on his craft and being involved, you know what I'm saying, with his own music and people around his music. Who are your influences, or who inspires you?
Yeah. I mean, definitely in terms of in the producer game, Zaytoven has been a big kind of breakthrough guy for me. He's getting a bit older, but he's always been somebody that I can kind of look up to in a sense, because he has somewhat of the same background that I do, which is the whole church. He still plays in church every Sunday, so do I, and he still respects, and he still gives good glory to God at the end of the day. So for me, that's just big, because he shows me someone who's in the industry that kind of, he doesn't conform to everyone else. He doesn't do what everyone else is doing. So he's been a big inspiration to me. Beyond him, I would say, believe it or not, my dad is an inspiration for me. He showed me the ropes with music. He's introduced me to a lot of people, and he was the one who kind of started this for me. So got to give ups to him for sure. And then, I mean, really, those are like my biggest inspirations in terms of music, I would say.
That's what's up. My dude said, believe it or not.
Yeah.
It's your dad. It's your dad. You know what I'm saying? And, I think that's a beautiful thing, shout out to your dad.
Yeah.
Somebody gave him a shout out in one of our last interviews. Do you know Paris Johnson?
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's my guy, man. That's my boss, but you know what I'm saying? That's my guy still. Yeah, we attend church together and everything, so that's my guy.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up. What on the okay, you told me on the creative side, who's your influences? Who on the studio production engineering EQ side inspiration for you?
I would say some people kind of have a journey where they kind of like, I would say, kind of shadow people and kind of have those inspirations and kind of go with people and just kind of learn from them. My learning experience has been more of a personal, just kind of trial and error situation. So I haven't really, I wouldn't say, been too more or less inspired by anyone else in the audio engineering or production side of things. I have been fortunate enough to meet a very cool guy. He goes by Prince Vision. He's from Seattle as well. He's a really good engineer, and he's also shown me some really good stuff in terms of just like some tips and tricks on how to engineer more effectively, how to set levels and stuff like that. So he's came through and showed me some really neat things. I also have a guy down, a couple halls down. Why am I forgetting bro's name right now? Anthem Tracks. He's been really gracious with me, showing me some things, just some hands-on techniques on how I can mix and do things like that. So they've definitely inspired me in the sense of just keeping it going. But in terms of like a hardcore guy, I don't have anybody to label
right now. You ain't heard the album and just like, ooh, the mix on this is crazy.
I mean, I would definitely say I have, but in terms of knowing the cats by names, I mean, you definitely the Chris Browns, the Drakes, everybody like that. You hear those albums and just be like, that 808 is kicking, or the way the vocal is sitting.
That might be some little personal,
Yeah,
something that
look into for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because who knows? It might be somebody mixing that from around here or something.
Yeah, for sure.
And you know what I'm saying? Just to pinpoint the styles.
Yeah, exactly.
But,
Definitely agree.
But yeah, that's dope. What would you say is next for your company?
Next for the company, expand. Right now, we're in the process of just kind of getting a lot of young, creative, hardworking people in here that just really want to create something in here. So just opening the doors, letting people know, that you're welcome to come. That we would just want to create and kind of put on a scene for Seattle, kind of at least. We have very talented people here, I just want to be a person that helps kind of cultivate that, curate that, and just bring that up, whether it's with some of the older guys, whether it's with the younger guys, or whatever my niche is, whatever my lane is, however I can help that is my goal. So that's what we as a studio, as a professional environment, just want to curate and, bring to the table, get a lot of young guys that want to do this and that want to work hard, and you want to come in and put time in. That's what we're about, and that's our next steps. We want to get those people in here and build that sound and get something that we can show for. And beyond that, once we've built that resume and built that relationship with people, then we want to expand. We want to get a bigger place. We want to have multiple control rooms. Have production room. Have just sound engineering, mixing and mastering room, things like that. So ultimately just get into a place where we can expand and offer more, So.
All right.
Yes, sir.
So, in closing, where can they contact you, or, in what area is your location in?
We're in the SoDo area. It's downtown Seattle area. It's really it's called the industrial district, I believe. So that's the area that we're in. You can find us at Breaking Record Studios on Instagram, as well as Facebook. We also have a Twitter, yeah. And personally, J_Cole01 for any musical production or any gigs, any key playing, anything like that. I definitely offer that as well. So, you can find me there.
So Instagram is the main handle?
Yeah, the main handle is Breaking Record Studios. Yeah.
It's like so just hit you through the DM or?
Oh, of course. Yeah. You, all forms of contact, email will be on there, DMs available, number as well. So any type of contacts.
The email?
Yeah. So that'll be contact us at breakingrecord.com, and then DM, like I said, available, number. Hold off on that. So,
yeah. You have any last words? Anything you want to tell the people?
Of course. Again, just reiterating that almost anything is possible. You put your brain to it, you put your mind to it, you can make it happen. And, that's what I really want people to know. Just beyond being a studio, beyond being a business owner, young black business owner, I just want to spread that encouragement ultimately that, if there's something that you really want to do, something that, you want to make it happen, man. Sit down. And that was my process. Sit down, write those logistics, and see what's feasible. Once you're able to check everything off on that list, make it happen, man. That's what I would say.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Once again, tell them the name of your business. Let them know what it is. Look in the camera, give them.
Yes, sir.
Final sign off.
Yes, sir. JAMAAL Cole, second. J. Cole, I go by. Get at us, man. Let's make some music. Let's break some records.
Appreciate you, baby. Tap in, y'all. You already know, man.
Yes.
Get them let's record this music.
Yes, sir.
Trying to hear it. Yeah.
Hey.